Welcome back. Well, the Gauteng Provincial Government plans to take legal action against the independent media group for making serious allegations against public health workers. And for more on this, we are joined now by the Gauteng Premier spokesperson, Mr. Vuyo Mhaga. Mr. Mhaga, thank you for your time and good morning to you. And there's exactly that, serious allegations that you're facing here as the Department of Health, allegations of, conspiracy for trafficking, and it seems negligence, amongst other things, against public healthcare workers, because it seems not only is the independent media sticking to their story, they're also saying the information around Ms. Tole and the decouplets has gone missing. It has vanished. What's your response to this?
Well, really, our response remains that in June, we have actually investigated the matter. We have looked in all our hospitals, public hospitals, even went further to look at the hospital in the private sector. And we found that there were no babies that were born. So I suppose for us, we thought it would have been the end of the story. But obviously, the independent media believes differently. And I guess the honors are on them to really give us the evidence that they say they do have.
So what are the next steps then for the department as it stands?
Well, you'll hear on their briefing the accusations against the healthcare workers, the nurses, the doctors, and all that, including our institutions, the public healthcare institutions. And I think we've got a duty to protect the integrity of the workers. We have worked diligently, at least in the past 2 years, and obviously they've been working even previously that. But in the last 2 years, they've really given themselves, and they are all have cancelled their leaves to make sure that they save South Africans and make sure that they save lives. And only to be given this, the only duty that we can have is to make sure that we go to the courts. Senior counsel has been appointed, and I think it will have a conversation with the independent media group so that they can actually ventilate everything in the courts.
Yeah. Mr. Mhaga, surely this is a reputational damage to not only the province and to the Department of Health. What has been the aftermath of, not only this particular story, but also, the press briefing here by independent media sticking to the story? What has been that aftermath, particularly on healthcare workers, public healthcare workers, that is?
Well, you'll know it. Obviously, there's a danger of demoralizing them. As I'm saying to you, they've literally placed everything that they had in the service of the residents of Gauteng in particular, and in the service of South Africans. Now, to then start creating doubts in their minds, our duty as government is to make sure that we protect their integrity, we protect the integrity of the institutions, because these are public institutions that must serve the people, and people must still have the confidence to go to those hospitals knowing that they will get the best that they can possibly can. And therefore, that's why we went to the courts to make sure that the matter gets ventilated there. And obviously, the independent media group has got a duty to really bring forth these widely allegations that are actually eroding the confidence of our people to the healthcare workers as well as healthcare facilities.
All right, well, we'll leave it then. We appreciate you speaking to us this morning, Mr. Vuyo Mhaga, spokesperson, of course, of the Gauteng Premier's spokesperson, Mr. Vuyo Mhaga. Thank you for your time this morning.